Hey, hey, it's me, Dr. D, coming to you. This is a part two, Meditation Moments, Language Arts. As I was speaking earlier regarding the time of the season, the beginning of the fourth month called April of 2026, the year we get it fixed. And springtime is a great sign that things are getting fixed. And you saying that, Dr. D, what do you mean by that? Because things are beginning to blossom, coming back into the purpose and the beauty of their being. There are things that are being grown once again. Because when it comes to plants, there's annuals and perennials. And I had mentioned to you that we're going to go into depth a little bit about the difference between annuals and perennials. So I looked it up, of course, always going to my two sources of information, God and Google, and I take notes. And I'm going to read these notes regarding the difference between annuals and perennials. And it's all about understanding growth. So everything grows. And everything that grows does not grow the same way. As for plants, speaking of it, annuals, they grow for a season. They blossom. They look beautiful, but then they fade away. So, in a sense, when you look at things according to the creator of life, there's always meaning to whatever goes on. And you can see it when you reflect about living and life and growing. There are annuals in our lives, and annuals represent temporary habits, emotional decisions, short-term faith, and inconsistent commitment. These are the things we start, but we don't sustain. We don't keep it. We don't, it doesn't, uh, it doesn't, what I want to say, create future, future results, I want to say. And then you have perennials. They may go dormant. They may not always be visible, but they come back stronger year after year. It's like that now you see them, now you don't. They're not lost. They will be back. Perennials represent deep-rooted faith, spiritual maturity, discipline, purpose-driven living. These are the things that are planted in truth and sustained through relationship with God. Yes, I said it. God. God is not something religious. God is every human's life. Why? Because God is the one that gives each one of us every breath that we take. God, the Spirit, is what wakes us up every morning. No one, even though we'll say, I woke up. You did, but you didn't do it yourself. Understand, you cannot wake yourself up. As a matter of fact, you can't even put yourself to sleep. Think about it. Yeah, you close your eyes and you have a desire to go to sleep, and you will go to sleep. But that's the end of it. Why? Because you don't have the control to wake up. You go to sleep by your desire as far as wanting to do what you need to do to go to sleep. But you can't do what you need to do to wake up. That's a whole nother conversation. I won't belabor the time in that. But what I can say, don't worry about it. It's gonna happen if you're allowed to wake up. But don't try to figure it out, because that's another thing that I do notice, that with humanity, there are a lot of things humanity try to figure out to as my oldest daughter, she always had the propensity to, I won't see. As a matter of fact, that's what drove her to be a producer uh, in the entertainment world and media, because she always wanted to see how, 8-track tapes worked and all that. She used to take them apart and cut them, But anyway, she's one of the I won't see kind of people. But the good thing about it, I do notice that she wants to see, so that if there's a way for her to make it better, she will. Anyway, let me go back to where my attention was supposed to be directed. They say, people have a short attention span. Well, I don't have a short attention span, because the passion within me drives me on and on and on. So I have to learn how to control it, right? So as I go on here, and actually, I just wanted to spend a few minutes talking about the difference between annuals and perennials, because that is something that we as human beings, as we grow on our journey, we experience those very things. Those are the I would say the purpose of learning how we should be, could be, and how we are. So as I uh, close in this segment, understanding the difference between annuals and perennials, in our life, there are questions that I want you to take a look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself this question. First of all, are you living like an annual or growing like a perennial? Understand, I'm going to say that again. Are you living like an annual or growing like a perennial? Take the time to help yourself. Also, if you don't know, let me remind you that there's a book that I was blessed to write, and it's called Life Decisions Workbook. And so it begins, because your life begins with the decisions that we each make. And we have to live with those decisions, either as an annual or a perennial. Think about it. Spend the time, because the time is the true currency of life. And no matter what society may tell you, and you spend all that money on that stuff that it goes on the outside of you, like the Gucci's and the Chanel's and all of those name brands. Let me tell you, the truth is, the true value is what's in you, not on you. So spend the true currency of life, which is time, getting to know who you really are and what your purpose really is, so that no matter what it looks like, You'll never give up. You'll grow up so you can show up in the true essence of the real you, because you are the brand. You are the name brand. And there's only one brand of you. And no amount of money can purchase you. No amount of money that you can be given that somebody can be you. There's only one you, and that is a rarity. Check it. Look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, you are the brand. In other words, I am the brand. Dr. D. Daisy M. Jones.